A very good morning, racing fans. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're in top form ahead of the weekend. We've just got action over in Ireland for today, and I'm just going to bring the two selections for today's action. We're going to start off in the big one, the Irish Champion Stakes, over a mile and a quarter. Verdini at 11 to 8. Can he win for a fourth start in a row? He's been pretty much perfect this season. Won the Jockey Club at Chantilly, won that very impressively, won by 5 lengths. That was on good to soft ground, which is probably soft ground over here, the equivalent, and he was so impressive that day. El Bogadon was 5 lengths back in second, but he just travelled into it so well, and the turn of what he showed on the soft ground was very impressive. And the jockey Christophe Soumillon, he was celebrating about 100 metres away from the line. He could have won by about 8 lengths if you wanted it to. And there were some pretty strong performances in there back there. Ernesto, who finished back in 5th, won a Group 1 over a mile and a half next time out. He's also running again today, but on the form should have that covered with Verdini. Modern Games as well was in behind. He's ran a decent race behind Baid at Goodwood since there was some good horses in behind, but Verdini blew them out of the water. He then ran in the Coral Eclipse, where he only won by a neck, but boy, he was impressive. Again, travelled strongly into it. Christophe Soumillon pressed the button. He did close Mishrif in, and Mishrif was only beaten a neck. We'll get onto that a little bit later, but he won by a neck. The ground was probably too fast, and you can mark up that performance. He hasn't been seen since, probably graded for later targets. I think they're considering running him in the Arc de Triomphe, which would be very impressive to see him step up to a mile and a half and take on maybe Baid and some other top class horses like Alpinista as well. So further plans we're not sure yet, but he turns up today with a very good chance. We know he's travelled to Sandown, no problem, on fast ground, which probably wouldn't have suited him. So back on the soft ground today, Christophe Soumillon back in the saddle. He's got all the credentials at 11 to 8. He's going to be my best bet for the day. 11 to 8 is a pretty nice price. I'm expecting something impressive today. Looking at the others in the market, Luxembourg, well, he's going to be primed for this, but he's a gorgeous horse, but I'm just not totally convinced by him. He has had the injury, of course, was okay in the Royal Whip Stakes at the Curragh. Ryan Moore, I think he knew he'd won. He was being as gentle and kind as he could. He only won by a neck at the end of the day, but Aidan O'Brien said he was 80% fit, so if he actually was and comes forward, he will be pushing Verdini the closest. And I'm actually going to play Verdini as a win and a little reverse forecast between the number 4 horse Luxembourg and 7 Verdini as well. Not convinced by Mishrif, even though this horse got very close to Verdini at Sandown in the Coral Eclipse. This horse has had 2 runs since, was underwhelming at Ascot, and then was put into place by Baid. Probably had quite a tough race that day as well. He's run twice since Verdini's last run, so you think he might just have a few more miles in the legs this season and might just be a little bit tired as the back end of the season comes towards us. Verdini should still be fresh enough. He's had a decent break from his last couple of runs, so he should be in top form as they build up to the end of the season targets. Other horses in the race, Broome is one that might throw up a good performance, but shows 4 on class. Alan Kia is a very good horse, was well beaten at Sandown, but back on soft ground, should be seeing better with Tom Marquand in the saddle. But for me, it's about the top 2 in the market, Luxembourg and Verdini, of which I'm hoping Verdini will come out on top, but we'll also have a little play on the reverse forecast. On to the 4:55 at Leopardstown. It's a very good clash, and Homeless Songs at 11 to 10. I'm not sure why it's 11 to 10. It must just be the fact that she's been off the track. She's obviously had a few issues since her performance at the Curragh, where she beat Tuesday by 5.5 lengths. That was very, very impressive. One of the performances of the season. And if she was fit, if this race was just a few weeks after that performance and she didn't have been off the track for that long, she'd be a 1 to 2 shot. There's no question about it. And the fact that she's 11 to 10 is a little bit concerning, but it's not going to stop me having a little bet. Other ones in the market were Saffron Beach, Holly Doyle team back up. This horse has been very impressive, especially the last twice where winning at Deauville and at Ascot. Ran better on the good to firm ground at Ascot, which might have a little question mark over the soft ground today, but I'm hoping Homeless Songs will be bang on the money for this one, and at 11 to 10 should be winning this race. So there's going to be my two selections for today's race at Leopardstown. I've got plenty of stuff coming for Doncaster on Sunday, so do stay tuned, subscribe if you're new, and there might even be a £20 challenge coming tomorrow, so do stick around and watch tomorrow's St Ledger video. But that wraps it up from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.